Are you over 60 and have asked yourself, what is my purpose? What have I done? And have I passed it forward? What is the purpose? Well, this video here is actually going to explain where our experiences come into play and how our purpose is passing it forward. So stay with me because this is kind of interesting. And welcome back. First time here. Welcome to we're a channel all about thriving after 60, strong and still becoming. And today's video is talking about what our purpose is as we get into our 60s. And we look back and say, what is our purpose? What have we done? Have we paid it forward? Um, so stick with me and we're going to get this journey started. I knew a guy that collected hammers. He was the hammer guy, right? And I was standing next to him when he purchased his 250th hammer. Not that he went to the big box stores and just kept buying the same hammer. He would go to consignment shops and yard sales and estate sales. He had every type of hammer you could think of: jeweler hammers, tack hammers, everything you could think of. And when I asked him, why do you collect hammers? He said, well, I use it. I take a couple of them to work. Yeah, I have a nice, healthy collection at work displayed behind me at my desk. And it's a conversation starter because when employees come to me, I want to be able to offer them information, offer them a piece of legacy, and that I can pass forward and they can go forward with it. And this actually is a game changer. So that was rather interesting, his take on this. Not that he was collecting hammers because he loved hammers and he was hoping that his children would have that same passion. Sure, he knows that when he passes, they'll come in and probably just throw him in a yard sale. Maybe they'll take a hammer that meant something to them. Maybe perhaps they were with him when he bought it or whatever. Um, but surely it's not going to be sent to the next generation. He knew all this when he was collecting these. But the point was, he had fun doing it and he had a purpose for doing it. So I myself, not too long ago, said to a friend, "What is my purpose? What is the purpose in life?" You know, and she was just like, "I don't know." So, um, because what happened was, just like this gentleman that I did, collected the hammers, um, I too would mentor younger employees, and I was like, I at that point I was just like, what is the purpose of all this? Because what had happened was the people that I would mentor, some of it is stuck, some of it didn't, and you would just hope for the best. And but this one particular employee, it truly stuck, and how he reframed everything that I taught him, all of the legacy that I gave him, and the knowledge that I shared with him, and how he could apply it in his own life and go forward with it to improve not only himself but his family. And that's when I realized, after this young man had spoken to me about how much I had given him, like he said, you kind of tucked me under your wing and you didn't have to. And you showed me everything you knew. You taught me everything, every skill that you had. And you really opened my eyes to a world I didn't even know was available to me. Um, and he told me this story because what he was about to do was change his life, his family's life, and his career. All right. So he had decided that what he was doing wasn't fulfilling anymore, and he wanted to go in a different direction. And of all the people that he's encountered in his adult life this far, um, it was me that gave him that mentoring, tucking him under the wing and getting him where he needed to be to get a clear head so he could decide where he needed to be. And that's when he told me that he was leaving. Yes, he was leaving. So, um, and that is how it rolls. I mean, you mentor people, you you give them the skills that you know, and that's what we're here for, right? We're the ones with the experience. We need to pass it forward. Um, so yes, I did my job. I guess I did it a little too well, because I lost a valuable player. But I am so ecstatic for him. I am. I am truly ecstatic for him and his family. He's going to do really well. And what actually floored me, and it took me weeks to process this, um, was his new job was in my field. So um, I was just verklempt. I didn't know what to do with myself for weeks. This just kind of rolled in my brain. Um, and then finally I just put it in a good spot that we do have a purpose, just like the hammer man. We do have a purpose, and sometimes you need that conversation breaker, and sometimes you just need to share your skill set and give the young people what they need so they can advance in life and do their absolute best. And all of those moments that you had together, they're going to reflect on that, right? Especially when it comes to people skills. They're going to reflect on that, and they're going to know how to deal with certain situations because of something you said or something you pointed out, not just the career job skills. It goes much deeper than that. Um, so that's what it's all about, what our purpose is all about. Um, so I'm hoping that you're sharing what you know, the skill set and offering that to a young person in your life, whether it's your career life, your church life, wherever this might inject itself. Um, it is truly valuable, not just to them. I have to say, it was immensely valuable to me. And I'm sure, just like the hammerman, he gets that value back almost on a daily basis with all his hammers. Um, so, if you like what you heard here, just even a nugget, please hit all those buttons and support me in my journey here on YouTube. It's so appreciated, and I do need that support, believe me. Um, and until the next one, stay purposeful, right? And stay positive and be happy.